to the latest edition of Muhlenberg College Plays of the Week. We begin at number 15 with women's lacrosse against Lycoming. Off the caused turnover by Emma Youngling, she'll pass it ahead to Ella Nagle, who goes in on goal and scores her first career goal, and it seems she was pretty happy about that. At number 14, baseball against McDaniel, and it's freshman shortstop Victor Diaz with the diving grab at shortstop. At number 13, we love transition goals on Plays of the Week. Here's one for men's lacrosse against Swarthmore. Off the turnover, Matthew Hochegger up ahead to TJ Olifiers, to Ryan May, to Tyler Kitchen, who finishes with the goal. At number 12, Leeanna Zagrodnik's last name ends with a K, and she ended this game with a K. Zagrodnik tying a school record with 3 saves on the season for the softball team, who's off to a 15-6 start. At number 11, senior Lily Seifert was dropping dimes against Lycoming. She recorded 7 assists, including the first 3 goals of the game. It was the third career 7-assist game for Seifert. Shown here are assists to Ellie Armbruster, Jillian Kubikowski, and Emily Vaughan. At number 10, senior Faith Fezenko broke the school record in the hammer at the season-opening Lafayette Open. She threw the hammer 150-1-5. At number 9, we still love transition goals on Plays of the Week. Here's women's lacrosse against Nazareth, and it's Abba Diglio clearing the length of the field and then passing to Ava Milia, who does this gorgeous quick stick for the goal. And from Malia to Malia, late in the game against nationally ranked Swarthmore, Wyatt Malia takes a pass from Neal, goes behind Neal's screen, and then scores to give the Mules a late lead, although they would go on to lose in overtime. At number 7, first game of the baseball doubleheader against McDaniel, first at bat, and Ryan Friesen takes it over the fence in left center for a home run. Then he comes up again in the 9th inning and hits another home run. He's the first Muhlenberg catcher in 39 years to hit 2 home runs in the game. At number 6, senior Stephen Krug was spectacular in goal against nationally ranked Swarthmore, making a career-high 15 saves to help the Mules come back from an early 7-2 deficit to force overtime. At number 5, freshman shortstop Peri Kahn was named Centennial Conference Player of the Week. After hitting .636 in 4 games for the Mules, she had back-to-back 3-hit games. He had a .909 slugging percentage in the 4 games and drove in 5 runs. At number 4, women's lacrosse against Lycoming, Nicole Steiner scores this goal with 3:50 left in the first quarter. Just 24 seconds later, it's Abba Diglio scoring this goal.
Credit to her. Here is Diglio. Diglio usually on the defense, runs all the way down, dumps, and a goal.
And just 12 seconds after that, it's Ava Milia scoring off the pass from Emily Vaughan. 3 goals in 36 seconds for women's lacrosse. And the men's lacrosse team can score quickly too. Mules at Washington College trailing 9-7 in the third quarter. Daniel Friedel scores with 1:11 remaining in the quarter. Then it's Thompson scoring with 47 seconds remaining, Jack Bill adding a goal with 12 seconds on the clock, and on the ensuing face-off, it's Matthew Hochegger beating the buzzer, scoring with 1 second left. 4 goals in a minute 10 to turn a 9-7 deficit into an 11-9 lead. The Mules went on to win 17-10. At number 2, junior Justine Bergara made history in the softball 5-0 win against Kings. Bergara pitching a no-hitter, just the 7th 7-inning no-hitter in program history, the first since 2013. Bergara struck out 9 and allowed only 1 ball to be hit out of the infield in the entire game. And what can beat a no-hitter for the number 1 play of the week? How about a 108-year-old school record being broken as graduate student John Reichenbach long jumped 23:11 to break the record of 22:7 that was set in 1916. That's our number 1 play of the week. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more great plays next week. Go Mules!